So I'm going to do a chat on men's mental health. So, I mean, depression, anxiety. I mean, what do we think about these things? I mean, what do you get told? Man up, yeah, because we're men. You've got to man up. Be a man about it. What does that mean? Being a man. What, that we've got to shut it out and not talk about our feelings and not cry? No, that's bullshit. So, as far as I can see it, we're all human beings. Don't matter if you're a man or woman, we're all sensitive to certain things. So because you're a man, it doesn't mean you need to shut all that out. It doesn't mean that you can't cry. It doesn't mean that you can't feel sad. So I've dealt with these things. I've had silly-minded people tell me that I need to man up. Yeah, well, this we shouldn't live like that. That's not how we live anymore. The life has changed. Things evolve. It's better. People are more open now. People talk about things, especially now when suicide rates for men are quite high. You know, we need to talk about it more. The more you get it off your chest, the better you will feel. You know, I'll give you some little tips that I've done. So I'll start with anxiety. So I've got anxiety disorder, and I've had anxiety all my life. I come from quite anxious background. Like I think my mum's quite anxious, and my sisters are definitely. My dad not so much. My dad's quite good. So anxiety. So what is anxiety? You know, it can be a worry, a fear. You know, so fear of future, fear of anything. So it could be as silly as like making a phone call to somebody. You feel like you can't do it. You know, like ordering food. You know, or going to pay for something and you haven't got enough money, or are you feeling like you haven't got enough money, or it can just be anything, driving somewhere, you know, or just getting up one morning and just think, oh God, I'm anxious, I'm so anxious, I don't know why. You have panic attacks and things like that, you know. It is hard. Coming from me, I'm anxious now, so I'm always anxious, but when it gets really bad, I say to people, it's like having a Tasmanian devil in my head spinning around. You've got all these different thoughts. You can't focus on any one of them because there's so much going on in your head. So much. It's really hard to bring it down. But I'm learning. And what I have learned is I've learned to meditate. So meditation, it doesn't have to be you sitting there going, you know, it hasn't got to be that. It can be as simple as laying down and just taking your mind away for that 10 minutes with nothing, just silence. Or it can be putting your headphones on. I mean, that's good for me. Music's always been good for me. It's really good for your mind, music. You might look at me, but I've listened to classical music. I've listened to all sorts of music. So I sit down and listen to music for 10 minutes, and that can bring me out of it and make me just feel a little bit better. So other things, obviously find the balance. So exercise is really good therapy for me. You know, I go to the gym and people go, oh, you go there to get big. I don't actually. I go for this more than anything. It's my get out. It can be I've got too much energy and I'm just like, oh, I just need to focus. You know, it can be as easy as that. It hasn't got to be as bad as going to the gym or hardcore as doing that. It can be just go for a walk, you know, or being in your happy place. What's your happy place? Find your happy place and do that. It can be just being happy, going to see a loved one, or going for a drive in the sun, or just whatever, you know, like just your happy place. Also therapy. So I've had therapy in the past. I'm having therapy at the moment. I'm having therapy from someone called Kelly Swan. She's really, really good, really spiritual. Never really thought I was a spiritual person till the last couple of years, and now I've really got into it, and I connect with her quite well. So if there is anybody out there that needs a bit of therapy or coaching or anything, or any breathing techniques or anything like that, or just anything, just get on to me and I'll pass your details on to her. So they're just some of the little bits that I have done and I do to make myself feel better. I take supplements as well. So I take something called St John's wort. That's a herbal thing. You just get it from like Holland and Barrett. It's not expensive, but that just seems to calm me a little bit. that helps, because it's all a mindset. It's all in your mind. You know, being grateful, feeling grateful for things. Like I've said in my last videos, like we're not very grateful. We're not grateful like country. We're not grateful for anything. I wake up every day and I try to feel grateful that I've just woken up. That can be as simple as that. That makes me feel a little bit better straight away. I get in my car and I think, wow, I've got my own car. I know it sounds funny, but it really does help you. It does help. Everything's a mindset, like we said. If you believe, some days I'll get up and I'll believe I'm worthless or feel like shit. And if you believe that, you become that. So I try to take my mind out of it. You trick your mind into believing that you feel great and all that, and actually it does start to work. It is a mindset. If you believe that, I don't know, that you can do anything, you can achieve most things in life, you know, but you just need to believe in yourself. And I think my mind is starting to open to that. I'm just starting to do stuff like that. So that's a new thing for me, and that's really working. Depression's very, very similar to anxiety in a lot of ways, a lot worse than anxieties. But it's another thing is we need help as men. Doesn't matter if you're a man or woman, go to the doctor. If he does give you medication, it's up to you whether you take it or not. He gave me medication because I was depressed, but I was depressed because my life had fallen apart really at that point, which I thought had fallen apart. So I split up with my wife and it got real shit, and it was just crap. I'd been pulled out of that family, you know, like I didn't have my kids and that around me, and I'd been pushed into like I had to go and live back with my mum and dad and that, which I am grateful for, but it's not nice when you're being pulled out of your family environment and everything's changed. The fear kicks in, you don't feel like you can go on anymore. I couldn't even see the next day, to be honest. And I did have them thoughts. I did have them thoughts of, what's the point? Why should I be here anymore? She don't want me. What's the fucking point? I might just go and jump off a building. And I've had them thoughts. And I don't care what people think. That they think you're a coward, you know, you're selfish, you're that. You're not. I've seen a different light to it now. I've seen why people can do it. I can easily see why it's done. You know, and it's not about anybody else. It's about themselves, and it's about this. Trying to escape this. That's what it's about. You know, you saying that people are selfish and cowards for doing what they do. It's not about anybody else. It's about themselves, and they can't take it anymore. You know, that's where someone's gone to the point where it's like, fuck, I can't do it no more. So that's really, really bad, and it's horrible that it's on the rise, you know, for men. That's really, really bad. So we need to open up more. As a man, yeah, you are a man, but why can't you open up? Don't keep it all in here. Fucking let it out. Let it out. You get it out, you feel better. Like I said, use some of these little techniques that I've shown you. I'm more anxious now than depressed. The depression side is therapy again. You need therapy. You need to find your happy place. You need to drag yourself out of that. The only person that can help you is yourself. Okay, there's nobody else that's going to come to you and go, I'm a therapist, I'm going to help you now. That doesn't help. That doesn't work like that. You know, you have to make that call. The more you do, the more you focus on moving forward, the more you change your mind, the better everything gets, you know, like, so you need to look at why you're depressed to start off with. What you're depressed about, write it down. Is it your life's just shit, things have got bad, you've lost a loved one, or somebody doesn't want you anymore? You know, they're all losses. You need to deal with them. It's dealing with them, and if you can't deal with them on your own, you might need medication, like I said, or you might need to go and see someone, to talk to someone over the phone. Obviously, we've got Samaritans, haven't we? We've got therapy for you. They're all there to help, you know. Or you've got other therapists, like I said about Kelly Swan earlier. So don't look at it like you need to man up because you're a man, or I can't feel like this because I'm a man. You're a human being. It's not about men or women or race or fucking anything. You're a human being. You know, we do get sad, It's exactly the same as anybody. We get sad, we cry. You know, we have to get better. Sometimes we get to a point where we've lost control of this, and this is controlling us so much that we don't see another way out. And that's when we need real help, you know. So anyway, they're only little tips. Like I said, medication, exercise, therapy or counselling, and last thing, obviously, medication or supplements. But I hope it's helped a bit, because it is hard. Like, people telling you to man up is just absolute idiots. And if you're being surrounded by these people that are telling you to do this, fucking jog them on, yeah? Get rid of them people. You don't need them people in your life. What you need in your life are people that are not going to judge you, that are going to support you, and that are going to be around you. You need positive people in that circle of your friends. You know, like I said to you before, you don't need this massive fucking group of people. You got 1,000 people on Facebook. Really? Are they really your friends? I can guarantee you, probably only 10 or 20 of them are your good friends, and probably only 3 of them you tell them anything. So, you know, you haven't got to surround yourself with millions of people. A small group of people is good enough. I've got probably 4 people that I can think in my mind now that I'd sit with and tell them anything. And you know who they are, they know who they are. And I know that we can help each other, and we always have done. You surround yourself by positive people who you want to be. Okay, so thanks for listening. If you need anything, just give us a message, and I'll try and get back to you, or pass it on to somebody, like we said, about like making them phone calls to the doctor to start off with, or anybody that can help. Like I said, Kelly Swan's one of them as well. Really, really good. So thanks for listening, guys.